Hey, Maven Nation, welcome to another episode of Success with Saneness. I'm your host, Maven Miara Shaw, and I want to start out talking about really the foundation of this series, foundation of my business, and kind of what that has evolved around, and that is what I call a balance rhythm. You might know it more in the corporate space as work-life harmony. And why I think this is so important and really critical for us as we look to build success with saneness, that we don't have to feel like the only way to obtain success is we're running around like crazy people with doing too much all the time. Sure, we will have busy seasons in our life, but to say that is your daily lifestyle, that you are in this race every day, all day until you fall apart on your pillow at night, I don't believe that is a lifestyle that we have to subscribe to. Now, this rhythm that I'm talking about really looks different for everyone. My rhythm as a wife and empty nest mother is going to look very different from a woman or a man that is maybe has two toddlers at home. Okay, so understand the first thing is that your balanced rhythm is unique to you, and you must put in the work to discover what that rhythm is. You can't look at my rhythm and say, I want it just like Maven Miara's doing it, or another woman that you know. It has to be personal. It has to be what works for you. So I hear you with your first question. Well, I don't know what that should look like. I don't know what my rhythm is. Here's where you can start. Quiet time in the morning. I say morning. I find that to be the best time before you start getting on your phone, your laptop, answering emails, replying to messages and texts. Before you start cluttering your brain for the day with all of those important things that you need to do, take that time fresh in the morning. Literally, research shows that those first 10, 15 minutes of the morning when you start your day are so critical to how you set the tone of your day. Amazing, right? For a long time, we thought our tone of the day is set by how other people treat us, but it really starts with how you treat yourself. So that rhythm can be discovered by you sitting quietly, being mindful of you in the morning. What do you want? What do you need? What brings you joy? What brings you comfort? What do you need so that your rhythm includes some grace for yourself, some ease, and not always feeling like you're on the verge of a disaster? No one wants to live that way, okay? So I'm going to be doing a video later talking specifically about that morning routine. That's literally how important it is. That morning routine sets the tone for your day. So that's one of the first ways to figure out what rhythm works for you, is getting very intentional to hear what you are saying to yourself. What is that rhythm going to look like and feel like? Now here's an important note. You won't get it right off the gate. You won't. It's going to take some discovery work to figure out what that balanced rhythm looks like for you. You might think, oh, it includes this, and you try that a bit and you discover that's not it. That's okay. Keep working at it. Keep figuring out what works for you, because remember I said, nobody else can figure this part out for you. This has to be your intentions, what you desire, and you're going to know what works for you because your heart, your mind, your spirit is going to be at ease with how you're setting your day up, your life up, your strategy up to go about doing the things that you want to do. So again, that balanced rhythm helps us set the tone for all the other things that we need to do. One of the other critical components of you creating your balanced rhythm, figuring out what it is setting boundaries. Ooh, I know I felt you cringe when I said the word, but here's the deal. Boundaries don't have to be looked at as negative. Boundaries are simply not telling someone else what they can and can't do to you or for you, it's what you will accept. It's your power. We're not looking externally for what people can and cannot do. It's the boundaries we're setting for ourselves on what we will and will not accept. Okay? So it doesn't have to be viewed as negative. Here's an example of those boundaries. If in my morning routine, I know that sets a good tone for my day, kind of gets me aligned with what I need to do for the day, I've got to set a boundary that I'm not going to get up in the morning and grab my cell phone and say, okay, I'm just going to reply to this one text message or reply to this one LinkedIn DM. I've got to be intentional to set the boundary that I'm going to protect this time I've carved out for my morning routine with everything I have. This is so important to me and to my day. I'm going to be intentional to set up boundaries that unless it's just an emergency, I'm going to stay focused on my morning routine. Once I finish that, what does that look like coming out of that? You know, my morning routine also includes some stretching, making sure I'm getting that first glass of water in, right? Then for me, I look at, okay, what are my requirements for today? What's on my calendar for today? Kind of do a quick take over that. Then I can know this is how I'm going to approach this day, because there's still going to be things that happen in a day that we didn't plan for. We didn't write it down. It was completely unexpected. That's where I am going to be using the term for this year in my own life of leave space for not knowing. Life is going to deal you some stuff that today it's the top of the year 2023 that I don't know what's going to happen. Some of those things are going to be good. Some of those things are not going to be good. That's how life happens. But I can control and work to set the things that are within my control, which really, when you think about it, is not a ton of stuff, right? But the things that we can control, we can be intentional about those. But we're also going to leave room for not knowing. I don't have to have it all figured out in January, because even if I think I have it all figured out, it is not figured out. That has been clear over the last couple years. So setting those boundaries are important. Here's another big boundary. When are you going to stop your day? When is it going to be a stop, so that you can allow your body, your mind to slowly downshift for the day, so that when you go to bed, you can rest, not just sleep, but rest. Listen, some days that's still a challenge for me. I'm still working in that area. And that's another important thing about your balanced rhythm. It's a rhythm for a reason. We're ebbing and flowing. Monday's not going to look like Tuesday. Tuesday's not going to look like Wednesday, which is why I call it a balanced rhythm, because what keeps us in that rhythm are the boundaries, but we're ebbing and flowing within those boundaries that we have set for ourselves. And I think that's why maybe balance, work-life harmony, all these things have been a negative concept for people, because it's as if you're trying to set goals to get to a particular place. You're trying to get to your balance, and that's not attainable. We are in motion. We are in a rhythm each day, and our boundaries keep us within that rhythm. But your life is always moving. Life is in motion, therefore so are you. So I just wanted to kind of set the tone for this series, and really the foundation of all of the work that I do around helping high achieving women and men create success with a more balanced rhythm, so that you are obtaining the success that you desire. That looks different for each of us, but you're doing it without killing, abandoning, destroying your relationships, your physical and mental health. We can obtain success without completely destroying everything that's important to us in the name of achieving success. So that is what I want to share with you. And again, stay connected to the channels. I'm definitely going to be sharing information on my specific morning routine, and then hopefully that gives you some ideas on what you can practice to set your own morning routine, which is going to be the foundation of how you really approach your balance rhythm. Until next time, Maven, hey, keep doing your BAM thing. Talk with you soon.